Imagine waking up each morning feeling lighter, clearer, and more alive than you have in years. Your mind hums with focus, your body moves with ease, and every cell seems charged with vitality. Now think back. How often do you feel this way? For many, the answer is not often enough. As we age, it's easy to accept fatigue, stiffness, and brain fog as inevitable. But what if the secret to reversing these signs of aging didn't lie in expensive pills, cutting edge technology, or obscure diets, but in something much simpler, a shift in how and when you eat? Across the globe, a revolution is stirring in the world of health and longevity. Scientists, nutritionists, and everyday people are uncovering a principle that challenges decades of conventional wisdom. Sometimes less is truly more. At the heart of this movement is intermittent fasting, a practice that's both ancient and modern, simple and profound. Let's journey through the science and stories behind this powerful approach and discover how eating less often, rather than less food, could transform your body, mind, and future. For most of us, the rhythm of daily life has been guided by the clock and culture. Breakfast at 8, lunch at noon, dinner at 6, with snacks sprinkled in between. We've been told to never skip a meal and to ward off hunger at the first pang. But the latest research from leaders in the field, like Dr. David Sinclair at Harvard Medical School, is upending these old beliefs. Dr. Sinclair, renowned for his pioneering work on aging, puts it simply: if he could recommend just one thing to extend life, it wouldn't be a new drug or supplement. He'd tell you to eat fewer meals. Why is this so powerful? The answer lies in how our bodies are designed. For most of human history, food wasn't available around the clock. Our ancestors went hours, sometimes days, without eating. Their bodies adapted, developing elegant systems for surviving times of scarcity. Today, those same systems still exist, but they're rarely activated. Instead, our constant grazing keeps them dormant. When you fast, going 12, 16, or even 24 hours without food, your body switches gears. It moves out of digestion mode and into repair mode. This isn't just theory, it's observable biology. Cellular processes shift. Damaged proteins and old cell components are broken down and recycled in a process called autophagy. Genes involved in longevity are switched on, inflammation drops, and the body begins to rejuvenate itself from the inside out. Consider Dr. Sinclair's own transformation. Once struggling with sluggishness and extra weight, he began to eat just one main meal in the evening. Within weeks, his energy soared. He felt sharper, leaner, and more resilient. Remarkably, he wasn't eating dramatically less food, just less often. The magic happened during the fasting window, when his body turned inward and began to heal. This is not just a human phenomenon. In countless studies, reducing meal frequency or total calories has extended lifespan in creatures from yeast to mice to monkeys. In fact, calorie restriction is the most robust, consistently proven intervention to increase lifespan in laboratory animals. But you don't need to live in a lab to benefit. Around the world, real communities practice fasting as part of their culture or religion and reap the rewards. Look at the Jainists of India, Catholic monks, or those who observe Ramadan. Across these groups, those who fast regularly are healthier, more vibrant, and tend to live longer, especially past age 70. In one study from Baylor University, just 4 weeks of daytime fasting led participants to lower their blood pressure, shrink their waistlines, and increase the production of DNA repair proteins, key markers of slower biological aging. And here's the best part. You don't need special equipment, gadgets, or costly powders. You don't need to follow a complex meal plan or buy organic superfoods. The only thing you need is time spent not eating. But what happens inside you during those hours without food? The changes are profound. When you stop eating, your blood sugar drops, insulin levels fall, and your body begins to burn fat for energy. But even deeper changes happen at the cellular level. 3 powerful systems are activated. First, the sirtuins. These are the genes that orchestrate repair and protect against age-related damage. Sirtuins help your cells fix their DNA, reduce inflammation, and maintain youthful function. Second, mTOR, a central regulator of growth and protein synthesis. In times of plenty, mTOR encourages cells to grow. During fasting, it scales back, allowing the body to shift focus from growth to maintenance and repair. Third, AMPK, a master switch for energy. AMPK improves your cell's ability to produce energy, burn fat, and fight off oxidative stress. Together, these systems form a kind of internal cleaning crew. They remove cellular debris, repair DNA, and make your body more resilient to the insults of time. Of course, fasting isn't always easy, especially at first. Hunger can loom large, and the urge to eat can be powerful. Dr. Sinclair himself struggled in the beginning, but found that with a few simple strategies, he could adapt. He drank plenty of water, sipped herbal tea, and if hunger became too much, he'd eat a small handful of nuts or a spoonful of plain yogurt. Most importantly, he stayed consistent. Within 2 or 3 weeks, his body adjusted, and fasting became second nature. He also learned to listen to his body's signals. Using a continuous glucose monitor, he discovered that certain foods, like white rice or grapes, spiked his blood sugar, while others, like potatoes, had a gentler effect. This awareness helped him choose foods that supported his health during his eating window. But fasting is only half the story. What you eat when you do eat matters just as much. If you break your fast with sugary, processed foods or excessive red meat, you undo many of the benefits. Dr. Sinclair's advice is simple but powerful. First, cut out sugar. Refined sugars don't just add empty calories. They actively shut down your body's defense genes, ramp up inflammation, and create dangerous molecules called AGEs that cause wrinkling, stiff arteries, and cognitive decline. Second, avoid fast-digesting carbohydrates like white bread, white rice, and soda. They spike your blood sugar and insulin, accelerating aging. Instead, if you crave sweetness, opt for natural, non-insulin spiking options like stevia, but use them in moderation. Third, reduce red meat, especially processed types like bacon or sausage. Red meat contains amino acids like leucine and valine, which activate mTOR too frequently. This shifts the body toward growth and away from repair, allowing cellular junk to build up, a key driver in diseases like Alzheimer's, diabetes, and cancer. Instead, enjoy red meat occasionally and focus your diet on vegetables, legumes, mushrooms, and healthy fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, and avocados. Studies confirm the power of these choices. People who eat a semi-vegetarian diet, meaning they mostly eat plants but occasionally have meat, reduce their risk of death by 8%. Full vegetarians see a 15% reduction, while those who eat fish but avoid red meat experience up to a 19% reduction in all-cause mortality. But not all plants are created equal. Dr. Sinclair highlights the concept of xenohormesis, the idea that when plants are stressed by drought, pests, or harsh weather, they produce powerful defense compounds. When we eat these stressed plants, such as outdoor-grown berries or imperfect vegetables, our bodies receive signals to activate their own repair pathways. Compounds like resveratrol in red grapes, quercetin in onions, and fisetin in strawberries are potent activators of longevity genes. So next time you shop, reach for the gnarled carrot or the weathered apple. The more a plant has struggled, the more it may help you thrive. Longevity isn't just about what's on your plate or when you eat. It's also about how you move, rest, and expose your body to healthy stress. This is called hormesis, short-term, manageable stress that makes you stronger over time. Exercise, especially high-intensity interval training, cold exposure like cold showers or ice baths, and heat exposure through saunas all activate the same longevity pathways as fasting and plant compounds. They nudge your body out of its comfort zone and force it to adapt. For example, a large Finnish study found that men who used saunas 4 to 7 times per week had a 50% lower risk of dying from heart disease. Heat activates special proteins that repair damaged cells and improve circulation. Cold exposure, on the other hand, boosts brown fat, a type of fat that burns energy and improves insulin sensitivity. These are simple, accessible practices. You don't need to run marathons or plunge into icy lakes every morning. Even 5 to 10 minutes of a brisk walk, a quick blast of cold water in your shower, or a few minutes in a hot bath or sauna can make a difference. So how do you begin? The key is to start gently and build habits that fit your life. Try skipping breakfast and eating your first meal at noon, then finish dinner by 6 or 8 p.m. This creates a 16-hour fasting window, enough to trigger the body's repair processes. Choose whole, minimally processed foods during your eating window. Fill your plate with colorful vegetables, beans, mushrooms, and healthy fats. Keep red meat as a treat, not a staple. Move your body every day, not just with exercise, but with ordinary activity. Take the stairs, walk to the store, stretch while watching TV. Sprinkle in a few bursts of higher intensity movement, like a short sprint or quick set of push-ups. Expose your body to a little discomfort. Try ending your shower with 30 seconds of cold water, or warm up in a sauna if you have access. And don't forget the other pillars of longevity: sleep, laughter, and curiosity. Deep, restorative sleep is when your body does its most important repair work. Laughter reduces stress hormones and strengthens your immune system. And curiosity, learning new things, exploring new ideas, keeps your brain young and engaged. Dr. Sinclair's message is clear. Our bodies are built to last, but only if we challenge them, nourish them, and give them the right conditions for repair. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to fast for days at a time or swear off all your favorite foods. What matters is consistency, small, daily actions that add up over time. Imagine yourself a year from now. You've adopted a simple pattern of eating fewer meals, focusing on whole foods, moving your body, and embracing gentle stress. Your waistline has shrunk, your mind is sharper, and you feel decades younger. The best part? You've spent less money and time than ever before, just by living differently. The secret to a long, vibrant life isn't hidden in a supplement bottle or the latest wellness trend. It's in the rituals and rhythms we choose each day. It's in honoring the wisdom of our bodies and the science that supports it. So why not begin today? Skip that extra meal. Fill your plate with plants, move, laugh, and explore. Your future self will thank you for every step you take. Here's to living long, living well, and thriving at every age.